Hi, this is a Black Nouveau web exclusive. Milwaukee Film is sponsoring a new film festival. It's called the Minority Health Film Festival from September 12th through the 15th. 8 movies will be shown, and there'll be community conversations, and there'll be a health fair. Geraud, who is the co-programmer for Milwaukee Black Lens, brought this all together. And you said you were thinking of what kind of theme we should have for this year for the Black Lens, and you said, why not health?
Why not health, right? And a part of it is, I think thinking of my own experiences and issues with both physical and mental health, and thinking about growing up, some of the stigmas, frankly, that as a young Black man that I dealt with, talking or not talking about issues of physical and mental health. And that really was the inspiration, And then I found out that there's a Minority Health Month, right? Mm-hmm. Through the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, they have an Office of Minority Health. And this is a campaign of awareness that takes place every April that many states around the country observe. So initially the idea was to connect with that, with the Minority Health Month. But April was a little too close, so we decided to go with September, which is a great time of year.
Now we're going to look at some of the other films, little clips of some of the other films. Mm-hmm. One is called A Touch of Sugar, one's called Spilled Milk, and another is called Unbroken Glass.
More than 30 million American adults are living with diabetes, and 90 to 95% have type 2 diabetes.
I woke up, I couldn't see, my head was pounding, my body felt like I was walking underwater. I didn't know what was going on.
It never passed through my mind that I'm going to have diabetes, even though I know that I have it in my genes because of my family history. I never know that I will be diagnosed with diabetes.
When they told me I was diabetic, he gave me a pamphlet, and that was it.
This isn't a problem, this is an epidemic.
I suppose all told, we had a pretty typical teenage existence. With one exception.
How was your birthday this year, Omar? Huh? How was your birthday this year?
Drugged.
We laugh, but Omar wasn't kidding. He probably was drugged for his birthday.
Say something to everyone out there in TV land.
Hi.
See, Omar's dealing with something that for many is unfamiliar.
So even in areas like Atlanta, where there's a big Black population, they're not knowledgeable, and they have some pretty deeply embedded ideas about, Black folk.
Here's our objective: to educate, to build awareness. Because the strongest guy I know is this guy right here, and he's not alone.
When I was 6, I became an orphan. One day I came home from school and my mother told me my father had died. Less than 1 month later, she was gone too. We grew up like boxcar children, raising each other. We kept our past a secret from everyone around us, and by not talking about it, kept it a secret from ourselves. Now, nearly 2 decades later, I have almost no memory of who my parents were.
So when we see a glass broken, we always think, oh, it's a broken glass, But when you see a beautiful glass or anything, you know exactly how that person was before and what is missing. And it's more hurtful.
So these films, all about different subjects, but all dealing with health. One deals with diabetes, and that's something we don't like to talk about either, right?
No, it's not. And it's interesting because we should be talking about it, right? And these are uncomfortable subject matters. I mean, your personal health is very, very personal, right? And so we don't often talk to even loved ones, even family members, about what's going on with our health. So part of the idea at Milwaukee Film is that we use film as a platform, a way to sort of engage people to talk about issues. Like, we love to have post-screening talkbacks, right? We love to have panels and forums around our films because we believe that engaging people through art in a meaningful way is really the best way to sort of bring communities together to talk about really complex and sensitive issues.
Now, these films, since they deal with various health issues, are they for an audience of all ages or just for adults?
This should be a family affair, right? We're hoping you come with your family, your work colleagues, friends, whoever, right? But we're definitely trying to engage youth as well as adults. And there are going to be some things that maybe are more appropriate for adults or some things more appropriate for youth. But there's something for everybody.
But you're also going to have a health fair. That's something different to go along with the film festival.
It is, but it just felt appropriate, to be honest. And the health fair or resource fair is completely free. And the idea was, okay, so we're going to have these films, right, that touch on issues of health. But then where can you go get more information? And where can you go meet some of the practitioners, right, and talk with them about whether it's concerns you have or concerns a family member might have. So we just thought it was a great connection.
Are these all documentary films?
All of them except for one. There's a film called Save Me.
When things are going perfect. Okay, I'll drive. That's when you least expect it to come crashing down. It seems like nobody can understand.
Oh, hey.
He's not real. Am I going crazy?
Which is actually a local film. It started off as a play among students at UWM, University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. It started off as a play and then it turned into a film. So that will be Friday evening at 7 p.m. and that's going to be exciting because it's a local film.
Are the filmmakers going to be there?
Oh yeah, they're going to be there. We're bringing in some specialists to talk. So the post-screening talkback is actually going to be really interesting because we're going to have several people from the local community. We've got some national people coming in. It's going to be good.
This is a really big undertaking, it sounds like. I mean, sounds like it's almost as big as the festival itself.
Yeah. And, initially, I don't know. Initially, the idea was for something a little bit smaller. But, you know, when we pitched the idea to Frederick Hospital and the Medical College of Wisconsin, they loved it, and they helped us take it to a whole new level. So we've got about 20-some sponsors involved in this.
So give us information on where they can find out more info, the website, phone number, anything like that.
So you can always go to the mkefilm.org site, right? That's a great site to sort of connect you to anything we're doing. But there's also a standalone site, mhff.org, that is Milwaukee Minority Health Film Festival, and that's a place where you can go out, find more information. You can also buy tickets from the site, but also on Facebook. We've sort of taken over Facebook, so we have event pages for all of the panels, all of the films. You just put in Minority Health Film Festival and everything should pop up. Or always go to the Black Lens site on Facebook or the Milwaukee Film site on Facebook.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Geraud. Geraud Blanks, who's the co-programmer of the Black Lens strand of the Milwaukee Film Festival, and now the programmer of the Minority Health Film Festival. Yeah. Did I get all that right?
Yeah, that was pretty good, yeah.
Thanks. Thanks for joining us on this web exclusive of Black Nouveau.